What is up, my friends? It's Edward Tomaloso, your Honda man, and today I get to review the 2016 Honda Civic EXL Coupe, and I get to take it on the test drive.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right now, we're going to take a look at the exterior, what changed for the exterior. And then we'll go into the interior, go over a few of the specs, pricing, and then we get to take it on a test drive. I'm still somewhat undecided, but I think I like it. Let's take a look. This particular 2016 Honda Civic EXL is in an all-new color for the coupe. It's known as the Energy Green Pearl. And I really think it fits on the coupe. I don't think it would fit on a sedan. I don't think it would fit on any other vehicle, but I really think it lays down well on the contours of the coupe specifically. The coupe is definitely a car with style in mind, so I think it's one of those cars that if it is this color, you definitely want to be seen, and you will definitely not have problems being seen in this. Looks really good in the light. It does have a lot of flake in it. When the sun hits it just right, it does look different from different angles. Definitely highlights the body lines very well. So from the front end, it is very similar to the sedan. But as you start going back, you do have the longer doors, a little bit heavier, but you still get that quality sound. They did a lot of research and development to make sure that sounded nice in terms of a good quality feel, and that's what Honda's known for. Going along the body lines, what they did was they flared out these quarter panels to just give it more of an aggressive stance. This car is about 5 inches lower than the sedan model. It is 1 inch lower than the outgoing coupe, and it is 5 inches shorter on the back, giving you less of an overhang, so your wheels appear to be farther to the edges of the car, giving you a bit more confidence in terms of handling as well. So we'll get into that as I drive the vehicle in a little bit. Going above the top, you do notice this shark fin antenna. That does signify that you do get XM radio with this vehicle, which if you've seen my previous videos, you know that it was never available in any of the 2015 models. But one of the things I really like is how they continued the body line going from the front. This kind of disappears and it picks up right where it left off along the back, all the way leading to these taillights. And while we are on the side, you do get 17-inch alloy wheels with the black inlay. Very sporty. They're the same ones on the sedan. Moving to the rear of the vehicle, I really love what they did with the back end. One of the biggest things that they wanted to accomplish was making it a unique look when you are behind it. So you will notice that the taillights actually meet over the deck lid. So it is a wraparound style taillight. When you step on the brakes, this whole rear illuminates, so you will not confuse it with another vehicle when you are following it. If you're on the freeway or in the city, you will know that it is the 2016 Honda Civic Coupe. Let me just touch on it while I'm at the rear. You do get dual exhaust with the 1.5 liter turbo. Speaking of the 1.5 liter turbo, that is exactly what powers this EXL. This does give you 174 horsepower, and that is accomplished with a 1.5 liter Honda VTEC engine, and it does have that turbo, which gives you 16.5 pounds of boost. With that 1.5 liter turbo, you do have it paired with a CVT transmission, which is very responsive, and again, you will see that on the test drive. In terms of price point, the 2016 Honda Civic EXL Coupe comes in at $24,260 plus DMV and taxes. Going back to the performance and the engine, this car does get you 41 miles per gallon on the highway and 31 in the city, with a combined of 35 miles per gallon. Staying true to the exterior, I will point out that this vehicle does have fog lights. And then also on the side, you do get the Honda Lane Watch camera, which I really like what they did with the design. Instead of putting it under the mirror, it's actually off to the side, molded in, good size mirror, but still complements and accents the vehicle very well. Moving to the trunk, there is still very ample space. As a coupe, you don't really expect a lot of space, but Honda definitely did a good job creating more space. And it is a 60-40 split seat, so if you do need a pass-through to put your belongings in, you have that capability. Back here, right under your Honda logo, you do have your backup camera. One last thing I will point out also while we're on the back is you do have a brake light up here, which actually adds that much more to the vehicle in terms of the presence at night while you're driving. So let's move to the interior. So I bet one of the things that you're wondering is how's the space in the back? It's actually more space than the 2015 model. So let's see what it's like if I jump into the back. Here's my legroom. The seat is forward. Let's go ahead and pull it back and see how we do. I am 5'8", so I'm not the tallest guy, but I still have some good headroom, and then my shoulder room's good. If you did have somebody sitting in the middle, they might not be as comfortable as the outboard seats because it is raised. But when are you really gonna have 5 people in a coupe? But yeah, altogether, I definitely feel comfortable. It doesn't feel squished at all, whether it's the headroom or the shoulder room or hip room. Feels good. Cool. Before we jump inside, I just want to mention this does have the smart key entry as well as the remote start, as well as the capless fuel filler. Sitting inside the coupe, it's identical to the sedan. So if you've ever been inside the sedan version of the 2016 Honda Civic EXL, you're going to see the same things, from the center console to the materials used to the two-tone on the leather. It feels just the same. Very comfortable, definitely has the driver and passenger in mind in terms of making sure they're comfortable on a longer commute. So looking at the instruments, I mean, you still have your push button start, you have your heads up audio display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Of course, you have the side camera for your lane watch system as well as a backup camera. When you put the car in reverse, it will give you a super clear backup camera with predictive guidelines. When you turn your steering wheel, it will show you where your wheels are predicted to go. Also, you do get 3 different modes. You have a normal view, you have a wide view, and a top-down view. So if you're parallel parking, you can get really close to the cars behind you. That's one of the features that I use that my customers really appreciate. Down here, you do have an all-digital speedometer reading, and the cool thing about that is you can actually cycle through, see what the turbo's doing. You can go into your setup, look at what your audio's doing, look what your phone's doing. You can even switch from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. Just a whole bunch of cool stuff. With the EXL, you also get a one-touch power moonroof. Another thing that I will mention is you do have dual climate control as well as heated seats. I know I'm like jumping all over the place with this car, but there's so much to show and not very much time. It's pretty exciting though. Speaking of so much to show, this is another thing that came out in the sedans, but it's a little bit of Honda's playful side. They wanted to have something hidden inside the armrest. There is what Honda Pro Jason calls an Easter egg. You do have a little mat, but under that mat, you do have one of 4 designs that Honda came up with saying the power of dreams, just showing Honda's tradition of racing. And now they're getting into airplanes and motorcycles. They've had those, but super exciting. Put that back. So that's your little plastic mat there. Super deep console, cup holders, little coin area, and a 1 amp charger. And then down here, you also get a 1.5 amp charger and a 12 volt outlet. Wow, So much stuff, but let's continue. You also have a parking brake that is electronic, just like the sedan, and you have that brake hold feature. All right, enough with this. Let's take this car out for a drive. So I have been super stoked about this coupe. So apparently the suspension is a little bit stiffer and it is lower than the sedan, and it does have stickier tires than the sedan as well. So the cornering, the handling should be a bit different, a little bit better cornering, again, better handling. So we'll see how it does. So right now we're gonna do a little bit of city, we're gonna do some freeway, and then, yeah, we'll do some bumpier roads just to see, okay? So right now we are just doing a little bit of city. We're gonna jump on the freeway. I'm gonna show you guys what the turbo gauge looks like. So in a little bit here, we'll be reaching the freeway. So far, feels good, nice and comfortable, what you would expect from a commuter coupe. One of the things, if I was going to be nitpicky about this car, would be it doesn't have a power seat. If I didn't see that the EXL in the 2016 Honda Civic sedan EXL, if I didn't see that it had a power seat, I wouldn't knock it, but this does have a manual raise and lower of the seat itself, and it does have the manual bar to slide me back and forward, manual tilt. So I'm gonna be a little nitpicky. That's one of the things that I see. Okay, so let's take a look at this this turbo as I get onto the freeway. All right, so that's the turbo gauge on the instrument panel. Let's check it out. 16 pounds of boost. Oh yeah, definitely a good amount of torque on the higher end for sure. Super cool. So that definitely felt good. I'm on the freeway now, doing about 62 miles an hour. Car tracks really well. Not too much wind noise at all, if any. So the wind resistance or the aerodynamics are definitely good on this car. Yeah, cruising right along at 66 miles an hour without any problems. I'm revving at about 2,300 RPM. I'm digging it so far. Earlier, some of my sales guys were listening to some music in this car. It definitely has a great audio system. They were bumping it as they came back in. I wanted to be the first to drive it, but by the time I got to it, it had 5 miles or 6 miles on it. All right, so we are getting to a little bit of a bumpier road here. I can definitely feel as I was going into that corner right now that it felt really planted. That has to do a lot with the ride height. All right, so now I'm approaching that bumpier road. See how it does. This is one of the least maintained roads in my town, which is a good thing and a bad thing because it's less maintained, so it gives me a good opportunity to see what the road noise is like. As you can see, I have all these little cracks and repairs in the road, and that just allows me to get a good feel for how the suspension is dialed in. So far, so good. Usually with suspension and noise dampening, it is a little bit of a give and take between the responsiveness versus, I guess, the comfort. If you want a car to be really responsive, you're going to lose a little bit of the dampening of the suspension. So that's exactly what I expected in terms of the road noise. So now this road that I'm going to be making a right onto is a bit sweepier. Just longer sweeps. Oh, I was able to make it in, make this right in between that Odyssey that was next to us. So it's definitely a compact car. Oh yeah, that turbo is awesome. Oh, that was good. Picked up to 40 like really quick. So here's a sweepier turn. I definitely feel planted. That's one of the words I'd use to describe the feel of this car. Definitely feels planted. Just going side to side. One of the things I will mention that I really like about the steering wheel, it is a 3-point steering wheel. Really comfortable. Really easy to get to 10 and 2. One of the comments that I get, or that I've received, which I do read the comments, guys, so feel free to leave them, is why doesn't this car have paddle shifters? That's a good question. I don't know why it doesn't have paddle shifters. I wish it did. But speaking of paddle shifters, I heard that the 1.5 turbo will soon come out with a 6-speed manual transmission. So I might be waiting for that. My Honda CR-V lease is ending soon. I just might pull the trigger on a 6-speed 1.5 liter turbo. Maybe an EXL if they make an EXL 6-speed. So Honda, if you're listening, make it and I'll get it. But probably the sedan. Braking feels good. All-wheel disc brakes. Can't beat that. $50 miles an hour real quick. I love it. It's nice. Oh, looks like you get an auto day-night mirror on the EXL trim. That's legit. Let's check out this brake hold feature really quick. As soon as I push this button, brake hold is on standby. Now that I came to a complete stop, I can take my foot off the brake and just wait. And then to disengage it, I just put my foot right back on the gas, go. Really nice for that stop and go traffic. If you are in a metropolitan area and you have a commute where it is stop and go traffic. It makes it a little more bearable. Just foot on the gas and go. Overall, I'm feeling it. I mean, it's just what I expected. It's going to feel like the sedan does. So if you're familiar with the sedan and you've driven the sedan but you haven't driven the coupe yet and you want to imagine what it feels like, it definitely feels a bit more sporty, a little bit less refined suspension in terms of the grip that you're going to get. It's going to not be as cushy of a ride for sure, but that is because it is tuned a little bit differently. And now I'm back at the dealership. Well, that was fun. All right, guys, that concludes my overall review of the 2016 Honda Civic EXL Coupe. And I hope that you found this video very helpful if you are shopping for this vehicle or you're just a Honda enthusiast who wants to see the newest, greatest Hondas that are coming out. There's definitely more to come, so subscribe if you haven't. And if you are looking to purchase a vehicle, a new Honda in my marketplace, which is the central coast of California between Santa Barbara and Paso Robles, come on in, ask for me, or you can go to hondaofsantamaria.com and see my selection of new cars. If I don't have it, chances are I can go and get it. If not, hey, we tried. But again, I appreciate your time. I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.